Shonda Rhimes has a master class. Ex-Grey's Anatomy star Katherine Heigl is joining Suits. And Kerry Washington, had a great birthday week. It's all coming up on Shondaland Weekly.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I wasn't sure what this song was gonna be. I was like, okay.
It's the new Kendrick and the Weeknd. It's on the Black Panther soundtrack.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready. I am so hyped. I can't wait.
I will be seeing it when it comes out.
Same here.
Next Friday.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Shondaland Weekly. I'm Elle Marie. You guys can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at ElleMarieTV.
And I am Tori Broussard. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Tori_Broussard.
What's up, everybody? Keith Andre here. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Keith_Andre.
And I'm Lynneisha. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lynneisha, spelled Lanisha 914.
You heard me. We're back. Lynneisha, welcome back.
Okay.
In the building this week.
We missed you being here physically.
Yes.
I needed to be here physically. You guys look like you were having too much fun.
You know how that goes.
I had to be joining you guys.
Okay.
Well, speaking of fun, we've got a new bottle to try today.
Yes,
we do.
So this is a 2014 Napa Valley Chardonnay.
Okay.
Okay, for the
Fist pump
Chardonnay.
for the Chardonnay, guys. But it's really good. It's got like blackened pear and apples and a little bit of coconut, which I do not like. But it has a hint of lemon at the end. So let us cheers in my AFTERBUZZ mug.
Right? TGI.
I can't reach you. Okay, we'll just double cheers. Okay.
I know. Okay, now we all do it again. Awkward.
I know. I won't. But I definitely smelled the pears, but I'm tasting some of the other flavors jumping in.
Are you?
It has a nice aftertaste too. I'm glad that it's not real coconutty.
I was gonna say I'm
Right.
surprised.
Because
at
I really
the
only like
aftertaste.
coconut cake. Like I love coconut cake, but I really don't care to have it in everything.
Anything else? Yeah, no, I completely
really
agree.
taste it.
I will say it tastes best out of this AFTERBUZZ mug. Just
About that.
Salty.
But it's good. It's not too dry like you expect out of a Chardonnay. It's nice and smooth. So
It is.
Well, I'm just telling you guys, it was gonna be smooth tonight.
You definitely did your thing. It was good. It's still, even though it was that dryness, but it was still good.
Well, you know,
We got
I
the best of
do
both
try to
worlds.
think about you guys because I know you guys are all about the sweet.
Aw.
But we can't have sweet all the time.
exactly. I'm here
So-
for a
Switch it
ride
up so we
too.
can start to learn, more about
Yeah,
lives.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think it's honestly that coconut that kind of gives you that little
Softens
bit of
it?
it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Good choice.
Well, let's go ahead and get into our news for this week.
Okay, Shonda News.
I have to be really professional.
So this week we saw the trailer for Station 19.
Yes.
So it aired during Grey's Anatomy, but of course throughout the rest of the week we've been seeing it in little commercials and things like that. I'm so excited about it. What did you guys think about the trailer?
It looks, honestly, it looks really good. I was a little nervous. I did not see Jason in a lot of the preview, which I was a little upset about.
Same.
However, you definitely see that crossover with Grey's Anatomy.
Yes.
I-
And you see Miranda Bailey. That's where I was happy because I was like worried about that. I was like, where's Bailey at now?
Well, I'm sure I don't want to see her too much, like we were
Right.
talking
Right,
about
yeah.
before.
Right.
But I thought it was interesting to see the trailer roll out because I feel like before we saw the trailer, we were expecting like Jason to have like a
Right.
pivotal role. But she kindly reminded us that I'm about female heroines and we're going to introduce you to a new one.
Yep.
I do have, I think, a little bit of an inside scoop. You know,
Oh,
I know some things.
please share.
No sources, but so from my understanding, the pilot the season will be 10 episodes. They've shot about 6, so they've got about 4 left.
Okay.
I have somebody I know that's working on the show.
Okay.
So
Spill the tea.
keep it on the hush hush. That's what I know. I'm going to continue to try to get more information. We'll try to get them in here. But yeah, so it sounds like, the show is going pretty well. It's expected to be about 10 episodes with it being a pilot, but
Okay.
hopefully, knock on wood,
Well, this is good.
Yeah, I'm interested. And it does, like you said, ultimately it looks like a good show.
It does.
So.
Really
I
does.
literally had 911 in on the forefront of my brain when I was watching this. I was like, okay, let's see. And then there was a scene where they jump out of a window, and then another one where the entire apartment is on fire, and I'm just I got chills, so I'm so excited.
Yeah. I think what the difference, how they're gonna make them different between 911 and Station 19. For me, when I watch 911, it's more suspenseful. Is it gonna with Station 19? It looks like there's gonna be more action, a little more action driven, and then a little bit of the suspense as well. Do they save them? But it looks like she's going to start to bring the action on one of her dramas now.
Yeah. Good for her.
I'm excited, definitely. More fire. That's what I'm happy about.
Right? More danger.
I want to see people all up in the fire, especially the firemen.
Oh, I'm sick of fires, y'all. Y'all know I'm on This Is Us on AfterBuzz on Tuesdays. And
Tears.
they gave us a special episode after the Super Bowl, and then we got a new episode tomorrow, so y'all come on back.
I just watched that episode today. I can't.
Okay, no, I
Tomorrow
haven't
you
watched
have a
it.
new
I won't say
episode.
anything, but I'm just saying that I can't watch tomorrow because
Yes.
I need counseling or
I'm
something.
just like
to hug.
fires and it's a lot.
But yeah.
But
Well, I think it's going to be exciting.
for sure. I'm excited. And I want to see what else. Hopefully, as they begin to roll out these packages in the coming weeks, we'll see more snippets or meet new characters. I think that's cool too.
Yeah.
And I do hope that Jason is used in a
Right.
bigger
Yeah, because
capacity.
then I feel like don't just use him for the cross,
Right,
for the
right.
transition
Right,
into
right,
the new show.
right.
That's not fair.
Give him a bigger role.
Right. It's
Yeah.
okay, and then we see him once every 3 episodes.
Right. And then the second season, you're done.
Right. Shade. Oh, I hope Shonda doesn't do that.
Y'all know how she do men, so I don't know.
He's
I'm
going to
hoping.
be like, send me back. I was doing better on that show.
Right. We shall see.
That is true. When it comes to Shonda, she doesn't care how invested you are in that character. If she wants them gone, they're gone.
That's so true.
That
That's
is
why
very
I was
true.
hearing about Bailey. Even though I'm catching up, I was like, no, because I'm actually loving Bailey. I'm going to need y'all to not kill her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was nervous
Yeah.
through that episode.
I know.
But,
Everyone thought that, but
yeah, everyone did think
she's
that.
not dead.
She's not done.
Do you know why everyone thought that? It's because of how good a writer Shonda is and how she can pick up on talent with everyone
Yes.
that's around her. And she has these master classes,
Yes.
which we looked them up, and the pricing for those aren't too much. Even though it's digital, online classes, a lot of times those can still be very expensive. So
Yes.
it's good. I saw you can sign up online. Just Google the masterclass. I should have wrote down the website. But it's $100, $180 all year for the unlimited classes. And if you just want to do a single class, it's $90. So basically the class is about how to write, how to pitch, how to develop characters and things like that. And it is most of the time Shonda Rhimes just sitting on the couch, giving you all this information,
And that to me, I feel like is expensive because that's a privilege. The Shonda Rhimes, not only just a writer, she's not just a writer.
Yeah.
Executive producer, showrunner, and her shows are up there. So for her to actually take the time away from her kids, away from the shows, to actually sit down and actually give you guys instructions on how to be a really good writer.
And I think another
shocked.
thing that's really good on that is also, like I mentioned, the pitch, because that's important too, because you can have a great character development, a great story and everything, but if you fumble your pitch,
Right.
the show is done. And she mentioned how she kind of messed up twice before actually finally getting her pitch to go through
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
and have that confidence to be in that room. And so she kind of helps people out with that too. You know what? I'm Shonda, but I was nervous. I almost messed up. So
That's good
just,
stuff.
just kind of get
yeah.
your stuff together.
For me, unpopular opinion, I was I'm like, okay, it's nice. We see a lot of celebrities that are, taking advantage of this market as far as, relaying their information in these online courses and all this. But a lot of the times, I feel like when you're looking into it, you don't necessarily always get out of it what you're doing, what you want, because a lot of the times we want a structure, and that's not the way the business goes.
Right.
So looking for that, you're never going to be able to access what you want. I think it's a good opportunity for Shonda, but for me, like having read, you know, Year of Yes and seen some other things, I'm not drawn in yet to like buy a ticket and, you know, sit on the couch and drink wine and have Shonda, you know, fill my ear every week. Not yet, but there is still hope because like you said, if she is going to talk about, you know, pitching, I think if there's some kind of like syllabus or some kind of way where it's not just me giving you my insight and it is that structured platform where I can actually teach you a process so that you can do it, then I'm
I think if you're doing like the ongoing classes, it probably is. Yeah, if you just do the single class, you're probably, it's probably
just getting
generic.
a bland overview.
Yeah.
That's a good point, though.
Yeah.
I know. I agree with you. I'm not 100% sold on it, but from the little preview or commercial that some of you guys might have seen on YouTube, she basically says that everybody thinks that there's like these master keys to like writing. And she's like, so let's just get those keys, unlock the door, and figure it out. And so I think she's very honest, which is really good. But I think, you know, being able to pick her brain and seeing, you know, like how she thinks and what she writes and what she's looking for, being the person who she is a lot.
Yeah, hugely beneficial.
On its own, yeah. So I feel like even if you are sold or you're not sold, there's something that you can probably take from those classes and you know, apply it to your life.
From basic to even like trying to be the top expert.
Yeah. And I think too, the connotation that we now have with masterclass, like I think of OWN when Oprah, you know, everybody's doing a masterclass every week for free. And it was like, oh, this is a good quote. And you know, this is that. But okay, you still gotta do the work. So
Well, she does say, you know, like every day she would come home after class at night and she would write. And she said, that's what you need to do. You need to write every single day, every free moment. Like, I think, honestly, what she was saying is you need to be dedicated.
Right.
If you want to be a writer, you need to write every day.
And get past, like, we all have these ideas that there are certain, you know, tickets or shortcuts. If I read this book or if I go online, if I do Shonda, but if she's going to tell you, no, what you have to be doing is the work of it, the discipline of it.
Then
I think, like you said, ultimately it's Shonda Rhimes. Come on.
Yeah.
There's something you can get out of this experience.
Evangelina says Shonda is one of the best masterclass on there.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Okay. Wow, that's interesting to hear. That's really nice to hear, considering, you know, all the famous names that they have. Like, I know Marc Jacobs is on there. If you want to learn about fashion and design, Steph Curry, if you want to know, like, basketball, like, it's top people, you know, sharing what they know.
That's dope. That's dope.
So
I definitely agree with you on that one. I am privileged. I'm going to be saving up my money, so.
Okay, well, girl, when you're ready to log in, you let us know, and we'll sit with you.
It's going to be like the next thing. You got to share and subscribe.
Yes.
We all be in class, bright and early.
You want to go ahead and take those notes. You go ahead and email them to us.
You might as well do it on a Monday. TGI.
There you go.
This is just like college. Everyone want a copy.
I mean, you know, you do the hard work, and we'll just...
Somebody's got to do it. Lynneisha, why not you?
Look. Y'all tried. Just say it.
My friends used to try to copy in college, like theater classes, and I used to be like, no, I'm not that guy, and I'm not. They used to be so mad, like to this day.
Theater.
Yeah, like history of theater. We used to have like 100 questions that we had to write out, but I am not. No, do your own work. To this day, like my best friends be like, you're trifling.
You won't share your work.
Nope.
You were that kid. You were
I
that
was.
guy.
I was.
I would have never picked that up from you. Interesting.
Y'all know I could be very petty.
I was about to say, I think
I figured. I was
I can see it. No.
Okay, cute.
Oh, goodness. Well, let's move on to Katherine Heigl.
Oh my gosh! Now this, I was shocked.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead, because I'm just like, what?
He's like, I'll let you introduce it first.
Well, like I said, ex-Grey's Anatomy star Katherine Heigl is replacing. Well, she's not replacing Meghan Markle, but they need another face, another name, because their suits will be losing her, and the guy that plays Mike Ross in the show. Yeah, they both will be leaving, so they need some new heat in there. They have to bring someone else in. So Katherine Heigl's going to join the cast. She's going to be like one of those, like a partner there. Like she's supposed to be like a bulldog type of lawyer.
Right.
So I guess this is good for her. It's, to me, I'm like, oh, well, you're back on TV, huh? So, because you tried to leave to do movies.
See,
And now you.
Yeah.
That's what
Because
I
she's going to be a
heard.
series regular. So it's not like a little guest starring role. Like,
right.
This is
This
her
is
new
gonna
job.
be her thing.
Yeah.
You know what? I think it's a few things that we need to look at. Okay. So, okay, where do we start? I think we should start with Izzy because did y'all like Izzy? I mean, on the show.
I
When we
liked
met
on.
her,
Yeah, I was going to say I liked her on and on.
I feel like
Yeah.
I really liked that character. And then we had this whole falling out situation.
Then I
and,
got
you
annoyed
know,
with her. I was so mad that she didn't like stick it through and that she just left.
all of these things that
And then she wanted to come
contribute
back.
to,
Yeah,
you know,
she's-
how we feel about the person, you know, like the actress. So I'm like, well, on one hand, it's nice that she is getting a chance to be back on, you know, television because we haven't heard or seen
Right.
from her in quite some time. But I'm like, I don't know. Shonda, is it okay that we talk about her? Or like, I just really didn't know how I feel. And as far as Suits, do you guys watch Suits?
I watch it.
I fell off probably a few seasons ago, but I know it was a good show. So how do you think it's gonna?
Actually, I feel like I'm going to be done when Mike is done. Because I feel like where's the story going to go? They may write something that is really good and bring Katherine in and make it exciting. But for me, that was why I fell in love with the show. This whole thing about
Do you know what
Mike, the
season
fake
they're
lawyer.
on at this
right
point?
now, they're on 7. But when
Yeah.
Katherine joins, it'll be 8, the 8th season.
So it really, like you said, by that point, by 7, 8, we dying down
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
You lucky we got
Like you
past
guys
6. Where are we going?
Well, that's not how I felt about Grey's Anatomy.
Right.
I truly
Right.
feel like Grey's Anatomy
I
picked
didn't
it back
fall
up.
off.
They picked it back up.
Right, yeah, in 7. Because, like,
yeah.
5 and 6, I was like, okay.
Yeah, so it could
But
be a
you're still,
fresh
like,
new
invested.
start then.
It could
still
be. So
invested, so.
we'll see. Like I said, I think I might be done, but we'll see. And also, like you said, like with Izzy, I didn't mind Izzy's character until like towards the end, but I think that was done on purpose. I think maybe the writers and stuff kind of wanted us to not
As a
really
result of- I
like
agree.
her too
That's
much
true.
because they started to make her a little annoying and the
Yeah,
way she was treating
exactly.
Alex, and Alex became the sweet guy. And it's like,
Yeah.
really? You know, so they kind of did that. They knew what they were doing
It
to
will
kind of
be,
stain her like image or something.
yeah, and her
you know?
brand. Like I said, I think it'll be interesting to see her on TV. I do think that she's talented, but you know, we live in a. I think so. You know,
Look,
That's why I'm not saying anything.
Well, I
Tori,
like
come on,
her.
tell us something.
I mean, I'm not a really big fan of her. I mean, I did, like I said, I liked her on and off on Grey's Anatomy, but like
Yeah.
when she left Grey's Anatomy, it was like bye, like altogether bye.
Mm-hmm.
Did not care what she did
I
after
was
Grey's
gonna say,
Anatomy.
I liked her in her little romantic comedies.
Yeah, like
But I think-
27 Dresses, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
yeah,
That's
27
cute.
Justice, that was like my
Yeah,
movie.
I think that's as far as she goes though with
Yeah.
movies. Is like you're the romantic comedy girl.
Right, that
Yeah.
flies.
And then Evelyn Glenna said after season 3, she was a mess. She did not.
Evangelina.
Yeah.
Oh, and let's see, look.
Let's
say
go
the
with
name
Evangelina.
for me. Say the name for me.
Evangelina. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure that's it.
I would like to say I'm horrible with names. Keith is the expert at names.
Just, but she said, what did she say?
She just was talking about Izzy. She said Izzy was a mess after season 3.
After the 3rd season,
Which, yeah, she was.
Wow. So
it's been on so long. It seems like 3 is not like long enough. But I
It
guess it
seems
probably
like a
was.
That's when I
lifetime
feel like
ago.
that's when it started. When she started to become annoying, and then it just progressed. And then I'm telling y'all,
Well,
when she
we'll
left,
see.
I
I
was like,
mean,
bye.
it'll be a good opportunity to see how Katherine Heigl like comes out and rebrands herself, and what her name can do for the show. Because if she makes it successful, then she'll be back.
Yeah.
Then maybe I'll consider watching.
I mean, they said she's either going to be a force to be reckoned with that everybody loves or everybody's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
So it's either you're going to really love her or,
Or
you're
really
going to
hate her. And I think that's what most people are anticipating.
Yeah, probably they're expecting to hate her. Well, I guess we will
Yikes.
see when season 8 of Suits comes on.
Okay.
I'm gonna tune in because I have to see.
Do you think they would never
How that's
bring
gonna
her
be.
back to Grace, right?
Absolutely
No
not.
reunion.
No.
No invitation.
No.
Dead to that.
Alex would throw a fit. Like I could see him now. Like no.
Like,
She
no,
messed
the
that
whole
boy
cast
up.
reunite. Just like we'll
I
never
wouldn't
see
even want to
Burke.
see her on there.
Right, like I don't
Just
want
like
to
what-
hear
I would be
why.
disgusted.
And then if she did show up, and especially if she showed up on Grey's Anatomy, like in the show, I want Joe to confront her.
Mm.
Why are you here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you broke this man's heart.
Okay.
Broke everything.
And now, right, but like,
Right?
and then Joe is the one that came after to really fix it. She was the next like serious relationship,
Right.
and he did have some issues like
He did.
post-traumatic stress with his relationship to Izzy that spilled over into theirs. So, yeah, so
No.
It's a no.
there she's done there.
We're
No
Team
more
Alex
Disney.
now.
She is done there.
Okay.
Well, look, I'm still on season 7, so
You catching up. You're getting there.
Right.
You halfway there, girl.
I'm halfway, you guys.
Well, it is Aquarius season. I'm excited.
Yes.
Okay.
And we had
Well,
El Marie had a
her
birthday.
On Saturday.
Okay.
It's my birthday. And
Well, how
one
was it? First of all,
my birthday, it was fun. I went to dinner. It was like an adult. I'm getting older. It was like an adult birthday.
It was really
Went to
cute. I saw
dinner.
some of the pics on
Yeah.
IG. I was going through your socials.
Yeah.
And you look
Just
so
dinner and then drinks
cute.
after. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was watching YouTube
Had her
like,
hair did.
okay, here we go. And I beat this face, honey.
All that matters.
One of our favorites had a birthday too. Was Kerry Washington.
Yes, she did.
Her birthday was on the 31st, and then she had a surprise guest on the set of her show, Mr. Kobe Bryant.
Yes.
Isn't that cool? Now, he wasn't really there for her.
Right.
Just happened to be there that day and on
Just
her
for you,
birthday.
Karen.
Right?
But you know what? I'm thinking that he has something to do with, like, he's going to be a guest. I feel like he's going to be a guest on the crossover.
I was thinking
Because he
the
was on
same
both
thing.
sets. He taking
was on
pictures
both
with both
sets.
cast.
right? He was.
And I'm like,
Yeah, and she tried to,
Hint.
Kerry watched, because she did an interview with Jimmy Kimmel, and she tried to play it off like, oh, he's all about Shondaland, so he wanted to come and see the set.
Yeah.
Like, that is
that's why I'm like, who is letting Kobe Bryant? Now, we get who he
All of
is,
a
but
sudden,
right.
y'all are really letting him just interrupt the whole, like, both shows. Just cut.
Nah.
Kobe's here. Let's, like,
Right.
take
I mean, but
pictures.
if you look at their
Selfie time.
photos, they look really excited to see him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
Like
they do.
Viola Davis is like,
Right. They
would
were.
be-
that was
mean,
a
it's
hard
still
smile.
Kobe.
Right. I mean, I would be the
Yeah,
same way.
but I'm hoping and I'm thinking that he's gonna be on these shows. I don't know
I
what
think so,
in what
too.
capacity, because it's still so
Would he
random.
play Kobe, or would he, like,
I would
will
love
they
for
give
him to be a
character?
criminal. I would love for him to be a criminal. Maybe he committed murder.
Oh my
No,
gosh!
let's not put him in that category.
Yeah, he's had enough.
Let's not do that.
We shall
I don't
see.
know. You know, I feel like that makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, I feel that he really could have just been a fan.
That's true.
I'm not saying that you should stop the show or the set, your, whatever, work just because it's Kobe, but like, I could see them doing that.
Yeah, it makes sense too.
Like-
I'm okay either way. Either way,
Well, we'll have to.
I
March
want him
1st,
to be
we'll
in a
see.
show. That would be nice.
cool.
You know, we're entering the mixing basketball with the whole world
Yeah,
of
I
music.
I feel like at this point I'm in the zone for both shows.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
We
So
don't
don't
need
take me
nothing
away
to
from
distract us.
that.
Like, Kobe,
Right.
can you move over so we can see if she gonna get her baby or
I am with you. Like, I don't need the extra.
like let's just focus here. Let's do this.
Oh my goodness.
And Carrie also directed this episode, the last week's episode of Scandal.
Scandal, yeah.
So The People
The Pe-
versus Olivia Pope.
So this
Yes.
was really her birthday
It
week.
really was.
Right?
Like, she is shining. That
And
girl
you
magic.
know,
Go.
it was much anticipated. I feel like there was a lot around
That
her
was the one
I was
I
about
was
to
like,
say,
she
you kind of
played.
got a little bit of what you wanted in a sense.
Who? Oh,
You
the
did.
beginning of a takedown.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen.
I thought about you when I was watching it.
Oh yes, I was thinking it too. I was like, here we go. And then I was like,
But you know
But-
what? You can't stop Olivia.
you cannot. Here's my thing. I was glad that Kerry Washington got to direct. Unpopular opinion number 2. I was not. I just was not. I don't know. Y'all are making me feel so small. But I don't think it. I just.
Get it out. Let's get it out.
It's just not what I expected. I don't think that it was the best display of, like, I just wanted more. Yeah, I feel like we've seen a lot of people, direct and guest direct, and I just felt super impacted, or, we come away with a lot more shots or different things. And I know that she was directing herself, and the show was, this episode was particularly revolved around her, but it just didn't land where I needed it to land.
Hold up.
Okay,
I
then.
am so completely opposite because I believe that lady deserves an Oscar. For
Here
her
you go. You always
performance.
giving everybody they sins for everything.
No,
I mean,
but
I like it, but I don't know.
I don't know about an Oscar.
No, Carrie,
But-
she played the mess out of that.
Well, I'm not
role.
talking about acting. I'm talking about just viewing it as far as having it direct the arc of the episode
overall,
being
yeah,
direct,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Visually, what I'm seeing, not acting, not emotion. Like I feel like she knows how to be Olivia Pope. She killed. The writing was there, everything was there. But for me, like visually and knowing that it was directed by her,
Right.
I just didn't.
So then
feel
what were you
nothing.
expecting to see?
That's what I was gonna ask. What would take you like? Dang.
I don't know what I expected to see, but I just felt that I could see a difference. I feel like usually with the episodes, I'm so engulfed, but visually as well, it's just you. I don't know. It's you see things in a different perspective, and for this, I just felt not that it was flat, but it just felt from a very similar like vantage point,
Okay.
Okay.
and so that's just. My unpopular opinion. I'm sorry. I love Carrie. I love Carrie Washington.
He's like, don't take that from me
Like,
now.
that episode.
No, I respect that. I honestly feel like I can't even say anything after that.
I know. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
right.
But she
Can't
did her
bash you for
thing.
Her acting was on point as always.
I
like
mean,
you
the
said.
episode was on point. It's Scandal.
Right.
So,
And I
mean,
think
was-
here on
was-
out it will be
Yeah.
on point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was shocked and excited to still see. Yep.
here she go, not knowing somebody's name.
We
I'm about to say she always don't know somebody's name.
My mind went completely blank. Like, but yes, I was excited to see Gwen. So she is still alive, and
Yeah.
the moment between her and Papa Pope and the baby.
That
I thought that was
NSYNC
so
or not
cute.
NSYNC, what?
Britney Spears.
Oh,
Britney
my
Spears.
God.
And there were so many good moments. I will say, you know, the scene where she comes out and she addresses them and she gives us this faux apology. I thought that was a beautiful scene. She directed that scene as well. I thought that was, oh my gosh, you know, top of everything was just magic. I felt,
her.
yeah,
I was
it's-
I know.
You
I believed her
fooled
too.
I thought that was-
I was like, you fooled
I-
me.
I was not expecting that. Not
I
expecting that.
loved that moment. And then she came back. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I
nice
forgot
try.
who it was.
It's like, y'all really let her get away with this.
and then they acted surprised. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you had to have known. Like, at least, like, 1%
Somebody
of
should have
you-
known to take a safety. Like, what's the plan B if she's
Yeah.
not?
I have a feeling they do have a plan B, or at least not
after the
everybody,
fact.
but Huck.
Huck,
Huck,
yeah.
Huck probably has a plan.
Yeah, but she really had us fooled. I thought the writing, the acting, the talent, like that scene, I was like, oh my gosh, come on, Carrie.
Yeah.
Tell the people who you are, girl. Tell them a lie.
Oh my God.
Them previews, though.
I can't. This season is going to end with a bang. I can already tell.
This is
And I
it.
think I'm gonna be
This series
upset
is
though. I'm
going to
gonna be
end.
mad. Like, well, wait, I want more. But I know like they can't keep it going because
Yeah.
almost like Grey's Anatomy, they hit a rut at one point. I don't remember the season, but it was kind of like, okay, guys.
I'm
where are we
telling you,
going with
5 and
this?
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually, you know, when you look at most shows,
And then after Derek died, I was like, where are we going?
Yeah.
we shall see. We shall see.
But something that was funny.
Sorry.
What y'all got? What's going on? Oh.
No, I just said Derek died. She's
Oh, and
catching
she
up.
died.
She's like intensely
Oh.
catching up.
If you don't know
But
Derek
you don't know
died,
Oh, okay.
then forget it. But what you were gonna say?
There's a lot
No,
of Grey's Anatomy fans out there.
I was gonna say during the Carrie's interview with Jimmy Kimmel, it was so funny because I don't know if you know, people like to talk about Viola Davis and her walk. You know, her little like slow walk or whatever.
The old lady
That
walk.
old lady walk.
Yes.
That old country lady walk.
Yeah.
And
She had that same walk in
the
Everything. It's her walk. She has it in everything. That's not a character walk. That's Viola's walk.
I gotta get them. So
I'm sorry.
Carrie was like, So Carrie was telling Jimmy Kimmel about that. So Viola was like, oh my gosh, you walk so fast. Like, well, Olivia walks fast. I got to keep up with you. So we're walking in the scene together. And Olivia, it was like, well, Carrie Washington was like, she was out of breath trying to keep up with Viola. Viola was like, well, I got to come and keep up with you.
So they're both thinking they're trying to keep up with the other one.
They're both basically like speed walking down the set.
There was one scene in this past episode of Scandal where she comes back into the White House and she's just like, and the cameras are going in her face, and I'm just like, oh, she's pumping.
Okay.
She's pumping through. I don't know what heels she got on, but Mama pumped through, and I'm just like, Carrie.
I wish I could walk like that. See, my walk is literally like Viola Davis. I have that small little limb.
Don't let my feet start hurting.
Oh my God.
It's done.
And then I got the back. Hold on.
Oh, y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do better.
I wasn't going to say anything, but Lynneisha. No, ma'am. There is no excuse.
Okay.
Look, I got excuse. I get tired.
Okay.
All right.
Moving right along.
Let's go ahead and get into Shonda's tweets for the week.
Oh gosh, yes. I almost forgot about Shonda's tweets.
Okay.
Lord, they not gonna let me back in the building.
I think we're coming up on one of your unpopular opinions.
Very
So, this week Shonda posted on Twitter, basically she wants to get rid of always having to, have an adjective behind a woman in a lead role or a starring role or something like that. So she said, okay, entertainment industry, time to stop using the phrases smart, strong women and strong female leads. There are no dumb, weak women. A strong woman is just a woman. Also, women are not a TV trend. We're half the planet.
Honestly, like, I'm a woman, and if you want to tell me I'm a smart, strong woman, I'm going to be like, thank you. Yeah. Yes, I am. And I know it. Like, I just don't think it is that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Not that
it's like, I understand the point that she's trying to make, but we're not there yet in a place where I think we do kind of still need that. Because if I feel like when it goes away, then it kind of, it's just a regular thing if there's a woman. I mean, we want it to be a normal thing, but we don't want it to be dismissed because it is still important. Yeah. And I feel like when you take those words away, then it can start to be dismissed.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like you guys. I mean, I know that we used to say, like, strong characters and stuff like that, so I do get that point. But I'm like Tori right here. Call me a strong, smart woman. Thank you. And my brain's beautiful. Call me anything. That's complimenting me.
Well, I'm glad we're all on the same page. Because I do feel that, I mean, it's just like, okay, Shonda girl, what are you caping for now? Like, everything does not have to be that deep. Like, granted, I get it. When we're talking about, Hollywood and these conversations of, characters. And, we've heard for years women actresses who saying, I want a strong lead role, or I want to be a smart, or I want to be sexy, or I want to be funny, and like all these things. And so to then come back and say, actually, because we're all women and we're half of the planet, there's no such thing as a weak woman lead character. There's no, there is. It's TV. These are characters, and we're describing the type of characters. So I just felt like, okay, it's too deep. I'm glad that we didn't get a new hashtag this week, but it was like, it was just like, come give us a break. Like at the end of the day, we're all learning. We all know to be, conscious of language and, to be ever changing in the world and looking at Hollywood. But girl, come on. I feel like it's okay to say that there are characters that are floozies or that are dumb or,
because there really are.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There really are.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind
that there are actually dumb female roles, like characters.
Yeah,
characters.
Not them,
not women.
Right.
But there are
roles, the characters.
Right. Right. And I mean, there are men who play, dumb, weak roles as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That's their job.
Let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
Let's leave it at entertainment. Don't
Right.
I feel like for her to put on the end of it, by the way, like we're half of the planet. That takes it out of the realm of like television and Hollywood into like, oh, you think that people really feel this way? Like I just didn't feel like it was necessary.
Like it's not something I feel like we should be protesting. Like there's a lot more deeper issues that we
Girl, we got our hands full.
It's too much on our plate right now.
Like, let's focus on the real issues going on.
Right.
Surely we could put one to the side. But
This
good.
one.
I'm glad. I'm
Go to the
glad.
side.
Okay.
But so we just were talking a little bit of kind of all the shows. So let's get into the OMG moments for the tweets from some of the fans for this week, their reactions this week. So we have one tweet. This is from Grey's Anatomy. She's like, I don't know if I'm crying tears of joy or relief. I guess they're saying, or if it was because of the writing or the music, but they just can't. The little picture they have of this person distressed.
Right?
like
every week.
can't.
Actually, that's Lexi.
Is it Lexi?
Mm-hmm. And she's crying, but we can't
That
see
is
the
Lexi.
Jeff. But she's like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was nice.
I didn't even.
I was
But-
catching the tail end, and I was like, dang, I kind of felt mad that wasn't able to watch the whole episode of Grey's Anatomy. I'm starting to feel like I'm missing out.
You are. But I was
You're
not sold on this episode of Grey's Anatomy.
Ooh, Tori has an unpopular opinion of her own, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it first. What? Grey's
It's just
Anatomy
like,
queen.
And honestly, I feel like my friend's opinions kind of just like poured into what I'm about to say, but she kind of has a point. Like, I don't really like the character, what do you call it? The show was all about Miranda Bailey, which is fine, but it's like, it's just like a filler. It's like, okay, you needed to fill the show with something else. Let's just talk about,
use this.
yeah, you know, typical hard-headed Miranda Bailey.
Yeah.
I love her to death, but like, I just
Yeah, I
Could've
think it
done
also
without.
added to the
That's
fact
my
of.
favorite character so far.
I think it probably wanted to allude to the fact of maybe are they getting rid of this character, because there was like a lot of talk about
Right.
that before it came on, and with the whole thing of Ben, Warren leaving to go to the firehouse, so he won't be on Grey's Anatomy anymore. So it did seem a little like okay,
Press.
I mean,
but at the same time, I think it was just more so to like kind of mess with the fans in their
Right,
mind.
and trying to figure out.
But I mean,
Yeah.
let's be real. Like, Miranda is still going to be Miranda with or without Ben. Ben does not make Miranda. If anything, Miranda makes Ben. So, like, even though they were trying to allude possibly, like, oh, is there going to be a Miranda Bailey once Ben leaves? Since Ben did kind of allude when he was on the Daily Pop that they might be splitting. Miranda don't need nobody.
Okay, well, there you have it.
She's going to
So-
keep saying he at work,
Right.
he in the fire,
Well,
She'll roll her eyes in
I'm
the
in the
line.
hospital. We're each doing our own thing.
Right.
If
I don't know,
anything,
I was
less
just-
distraction. Get to this cutting.
Yeah.
Right.
well, that's not my show anyways. So
You're like, whatever. Well, okay, this is one of your shows. So, we've got this one. So they're saying, this is a reply. But anyway, so the tweet is saying, I would have chosen Power too. Like, what are the options? Making jam?
Yeah, I laughed.
I laughed too. I did too. I was like,
I laughed.
And I'm glad I actually saw I really read the tweet after I watched the episodes. I really laughed
Okay.
even more.
Right.
Like,
having heard it and seen it, yeah, that was a good one. That was a really good
That
one.
was
Yeah.
a good one, yeah.
Like, you know what? I'm choosing Power too.
I would. Who wouldn't
Now,
choose Power?
I'm not gonna lie to you. When the episode first came on and they were on the plane, they were going to Vermont. I was like, oh, I was happy.
Yeah, me
But then they
too.
tried her. Listen, okay.
She tried herself.
Look, no,
Okay. She tried it.
she didn't even sit down. And then even Jake turned on her. That was my OMG.
Kind of.
I mean,
Right?
I'm
Dude,
to an
we
extent
only
he
know
turned
so
on
much.
her.
Yeah.
Right.
he was like, I'm taking over this office with your little power woman walk. I got this office.
Jake said, listen, I can recognize leadership, and when somebody puts you out, he was trying to have her back the whole time. When she's done, guess what? I have to show myself to be important. And we'll see what happens next week.
I'm interested to see
But
about
I'm
that.
a little
but
disappointed because he got some, and then he pretty much was just like,
No, don't put that on him, because she was very much like, okay, so this is an order. And he's like, well, I mean, what do you mean? We in the bed. No, that's her. It wasn't like, oh, he got some and then he,
okay,
no.
the aftermath, I guess.
She-
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it sounded like when he walked into the house that he was trying to figure out what was going on. And she was just not trying to fill him in.
She was her regular,
No talk.
regular,
So
back
he
to
said,
herself.
okay, Olivia, I got one for you.
That's
I'm
true,
not going to
that's
continue
true.
to be your puppy.
right. And
No.
who's gonna turn down the act. Like, okay,
Right.
well, we can go ahead and do this.
I'm still gonna take your office.
We're gonna do this, but right, exactly. Still gonna do what I have to do after. Oh man,
Well,
typical men.
hey.
What other tweets did you find?
So this other one,
Oh, this is
This is my
so
favorite
funny.
one.
Yes. Oh,
Laurel,
My
you need to
thought.
throw your whole family away. Just throw the whole family away.
Listen.
That was
oh
my thought.
God. How to Get Away with Murder is still taking it's the creme de la creme
Yeah,
for me.
I will say.
Like, it's the best every week
yes.
out of both of the shows that I watch. But,
Yeah.
like,
I agree with him.
I wasn't really expecting that. I love that. Like, girl, throw
That
your
was
whole
literally
family
The
away.
whole family.
That
and then
was
the meme with
seriously
the guy
my
with
OMG moment.
the straight, his face is so like,
Just tears all over.
Like, come on. Like, you
Come
should have
on.
did this
It's like-
weeks ago.
Oh my
Right.
gosh. Like, I could not believe that. They really left us, with that at the end of that episode.
Yes.
I was like, I knew you can't trust nobody.
I wish y'all could
Not on
see
this
all
show.
those tweets because they were literally all like saying this,
Yeah.
like Laurel, like girl, your family,
girl,
They are the worst.
how did she make it this far?
like your baby getting sick,
That's
your
how
daddy
she
bad,
made
your
it
mama
this
bad,
far.
your family friend is bad, everybody bad.
She comes from that seed. We seen how she be acting too.
True.
You know she got something in her
True.
as well.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we got some. Oh wait, we got one more tweet, right?
No, that's it.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so it is Black History Month.
Yes, we have made it. What's today? February the 5th?
February the 5th. Yes, we are
since
5 days in.
Yes.
So I think we're gonna switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
I should have worn my phone today. No.
I kind of wore one for us.
Yes, you did good.
Love little one.
You did good. Yes, so
we're
Black
gonna
History
switch
Month.
it up. Yes. So since it is Black History Month, instead of like the Who's Line game that we play with Lynneisha when she leaves that,
Yes.
we're gonna do
I
like
get
a
to
Black
play
History.
now.
You get to play this
I
time.
know, right?
And then your prize is definitely coming though, but when we play,
Ooh,
go
I
back
have
to
forgot
my
about
game.
prize. Okay.
When we get back to
Then
my
she
game.
really need to bring that up right now.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I love us to be
So
competitive.
this version is going to be where we're gonna say who did that.
Yes, I love
So
that
we have
there's
to
always
figure
a
out,
game.
whose accomplishment this was, and then we'll learn some things if we didn't know the answers. Okay.
Then
It's
we
the
learn.
learning
We're
opportunity
learning.
for us
Yes.
all.
Hello, you guys could definitely pitch in right here. Give us the answers. Help us out.
Yeah, so
I was never good in history.
it's okay. Black History Month is a moment for us all to learn about Black
It is.
history and to
Exactly.
It
appreciate
is.
it, regardless
Especially
of skin
in school,
color.
we didn't really learn it as much.
Right.
Because I'm going to be honest, they didn't really teach as much of Black history as they should have.
They've slacked up over the years. I feel like I got a decent amount, but as the time has gone on, it's kind of gone out of the classrooms.
Right.
So we have to teach ourselves. So this is a good way for us to do this. All right. So question number 1. This is an invention. So who invented the gas mask? Excuse me, I covered my. Who invented the gas mask? Was it?
Yikes.
Listen, we're gonna learn some things.
Look, we got
today.
multiple
We got
choice.
multiple choice, okay? Was it A, Percy Julian, B, George Washington Carver, or C, Garrett Morgan?
Say those
One
names
more time.
again.
A, Percy Julian, B, George Washington Carver, or C, Garrett Morgan?
All right,
Who
y'all.
invented the gas mask?
I know it wasn't George.
Let us
Washington
know in the
Carver.
live chat who
Yeah.
y'all think. Give us an answer.
All right. y'all
All
got
right,
y'all
let's go
answers?
ahead.
All right, let's go. Turn them over. A, C.
Oh.
C, ding, ding, ding.
That was gonna be my second guess.
I knew it wasn't
Yeah,
B, so
I
I
knew
was
it
like,
wasn't
Yeah, we knew it wasn't
Yeah, I was
B.
throwing one in there.
wasn't B.
Yeah, so Garrett Morgan invented the gas mask. So
Nice.
it was actually called a safety hood, the Morgan Safety Hood and Smoke Protector. I'm glad they changed the name
Nice.
because that would be long to say.
It's
But
a
yeah, and
little-
so he had that. He used it to save some people in like a fire and explosion back in the day, and he saved a lot of lives with that. And then that's when firemen got onto it and they wanted to use it. They started to perfect the whole gas mask thing, and we still use it to this day.
That's a great history
Interesting.
fact.
Mhm.
Very
They use it
interesting.
on-
Look at that.
Nice.
So Garrett Morgan, saving lives to this day still.
Cool.
like that.
You looking at me.
Well, we'll have to-
dog it.
Oh, I'm not even gonna lie.
Don't
I was
be
totally trying to
cheating
follow
now,
along
Tori.
on her.
Don't
Like, what's our next
Okay.
question?
The
Well,
next
wait. It looks
question.
like we'll have to take that one. I think we're cutting it close on time.
Are we? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
We can do this really, really quick.
Okay, nice.
Okay, next. Who was the second actress to win an Oscar? Don't worry about the category. Just who was the second black actress to win an Oscar?
Oh,
great.
I think I already know.
Just remember, like I said, don't mind the category. Okay. So, was it A, Halle Berry, B, Whoopi Goldberg, or C, Octavia Spencer?
Yo, I actually knew this one.
I don't know if I'm right or wrong.
I didn't.
Y'all ready?
I think I might be wrong.
Y'all
I don't
want
know.
the names again?
I changed it.
Names again, or y'all good?
No, we know.
I feel
Okay,
like I'm
let's
good.
It's not Octavia.
Okay.
I don't know if it's Holly or Whoopi.
Let's go.
Look.
Let's
Ready?
go.
Ready?
Whoopi.
Whoopi.
Good.
Yeah.
She got
Halle
two,
Berry
y'all
was the
got one,
first one,
okay.
right?
Halle Berry was the first to win
Went
for
a leading role.
the first and only. The first and only.
First and only.
Still only one.
And Whoopi won 50 years after Hattie McDowell. Okay.
Right,
So
for Best
last
Supporting.
one really quickly. Who wrote the play A Raisin in the Sun?
Oh, I know this. As soon as you say the name.
Chill.
Okay, was it A, Langston Hughes, B, Lorraine Hansberry, or C, James Baldwin?
Actually, I lied. Go again.
A, Langston Hughes, B, Lorraine Hansberry, or C, James Baldwin?
I'm ready and
Oh,
I'll
shoot.
go.
Maybe
It's
I
B,
don't
Lorraine Hansberry. I've won the game.
Is it A? Who is it? Am I right?
It's
B.
B. Yeah, it's
Oh,
B.
it's B.
So you got one.
Oh,
You got two.
darn.
Oh, you had
No,
B
you
too?
won again.
Well, no, I had B
No,
and I had
because-
Whoopi, so we
Yes.
tied.
No,
Oh,
we
okay.
tied.
No,
I got the
y'all are
first
tied.
one.
She got 1 point.
No,
Y'all
I got
tied.
two.
Oh, you got two?
I got Whoopi and...
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You
so
got
we're
two,
all
you got two.
tied.
Oh, so we all got a tiebreaker.
The plot thickens.
Oh, okay. Dang, okay.
coming for y'all now.
Let me
That's
think of something
all
off the top.
right.
No, we're gonna need a tiebreaker. That was really good.
I'm
So you
gonna
guys
say.
actually,
I need that
we knew some
tiebreaker.
things.
We
I
know
know
some
something.
things.
Okay, you know
and
what?
These are good
So
things
you
to
guys
know.
might have heard me say the name, but so who was the first black woman to win an Oscar? Not about the title.
Hattie McDowell.
Okay,
Holly
boom.
Berry.
I won.
He won.
Thank you. She
All
won for
right.
Gone with the Wind.
No.
Best supporting actress for Gone with the Wind back in the day. I'm sorry, you
That
guys.
doesn't count.
I told y'all about
won.
theater history class.
Uh-oh.
Theater major here.
All right.
And he
Okay.
knows his Black history. And you know what? Next week we'll have
So
more.
look, now Keith gets two.
No, he doesn't. That does not count.
It's
Yes,
too right.
No, it doesn't.
Tori
It was
tired of losing.
It was a sudden death. It was a sudden death.
That was good.
That was not part of the rules.
Tori, there's no whining. You love football. You
All right.
cannot whine.
Well, like I said, we'll have another game to celebrate Black History Month next week. Thank you guys for joining us this week. Once again, I'm Elle Marie. You guys can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Elle Marie TV.
And Keith is right. I do love football. And if you want to recap with me, we'll be back here tomorrow at 8:30. I'm Tori Broussard, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Tori_Broussard.
Nice. I'm Keith Andre. I'll be here tomorrow as well, but not watching football. We're doing the This Is Us After Show live at 10. You can follow me on all social media at Keith_Andre. And don't forget, we're now live on Twitter, so follow us at Shondaland Panel.
Yes. What's up, you guys? I'm Lynneisha. I'm here with a lot of sore losers, except the winner over here, sore winner. And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lynneisha, spelled Lanisha 914.
You heard me?
See you next
Later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.